Yeah. I just got the itch to play New Vegas again, so I'm playing New Vegas again. You cannot stop me. Sorry, in motion. Alright. Can't sit through the opening cutscene. You can't mute it. Yep.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
So, if the tiles anything go off, yes, we will just be using the Varmint rifle. Varmint. So,
Can't say it's what I'd have picked.
as I said,
You got your name, that's your
I've
name.
been
I'm Doc Mitchell.
wanting
Welcome to Hot
to
Springs.
play this for a little
Now,
bit
I
and
hope you don't mind, but I had to go
didn't
rooting
want to just
around there in your
do
noggin
another
to pull all the bits
basic
of
run
lead
through.
out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of
So yeah,
place.
sorry for being up so long.
How'd
Ended up
I do?
being a lot sicker than I thought.
Well, I got most of it
And,
right anyway. Stuff that mattered.
yeah,
Okay, no sense keeping you in bed anymore.
ended up being pretty sick.
Let's see
Just
if we can get you on your
did
feet.
not feel like streaming, barely felt like doing anything, and I
Good.
sounded horrible.
Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't
But
a race.
I'm feeling good enough to be back. And
Looking good
unfortunately,
so
I'm not going
far.
to be able to stream tomorrow because
Go ahead and
I
give the
actually got
vigor
something
tester
going
a
on
try.
tomorrow night.
We'll learn
And
right quick
yeah.
if you got back all your faculties.
So to make up with that, I'll do a Saturday stream. Also, next weekend I should be able to stream even more, just because the rest of my family's going out of town. I'm staying behind to dog sit. So yeah, cool beans. Okay, I was just checking really quick before we got started. You will need 3 strength to properly wield it. Perception doesn't really matter. Do endurance up. As always, drain charisma. Intelligence. Okay, what perks affect it? Not much. Um, hmm. I think I'm gonna take a couple points out of endurance then, because I want to be able to pump luck a bit. Strength is as high as it needs to be. Point out of perception, put it back into endurance. Alright,
Huh. Must be some frontal lobe damage.
your frontal lobe
Well, we know
damage.
your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn a dropping.
You're
What do you say you
dropping.
take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking. All right.
Cat. Shelter. Campfire. Right. Start. Caretaker. Yeah. Sure. Whatever. Definitely not changing it when I get the chance. We're going speech, repair, and guns. Hey, how's it going?
Before I turn you loose, I
I
need
have to
one more
say
thing
do
from you.
sneak or
You got a
speech.
form
I
filled
meant
in
to
to
do
fill out
sneak,
so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I
since
expect
it's
to
a
find you
decent.
got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Yeah, okay, I can do the Wild Waste. Wild Wasteland. Where? There it is, and it might be counterintuitive with something that's accurate to make it shoot faster and less accurate,
All right,
but
I guess that about does it.
it's actually good.
Come with me, I'll see you out.
I know, I've played through this game so many times. This is not my first playthrough. Not by a long shot. Like, new to the state or sorry, the city or the game.
Here,
Wild
these
Listen,
are
yeah.
yours.
Thanks for patching me up, yep. No hardcore. No hardcore mode, please. Nothing there worth taking. Darn. Do not have. Okay. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna do much, if any, of the DLCs. Considering all but one of them trap you in there until you're done with it. And unfortunately, there's no GRA varmint rifle.
Cheyenne, stay.
Okay.
Everything all right?
Come on, give me my
Now,
gun.
see
Thank
the
you.
sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? That's the right idea. Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim.
Alright, we're gonna get some extra ammo from her real quick. Not by stealing.
Everything all right?
Ran out of
Yep,
ammo.
I'd say you're getting... Here.
Then pick up what we dropped. Yeah, like I
Okay.
liked
Well,
Fallout
that's a
4,
start,
but
but I don't recommend...
I don't come back to it. I haven't come back to it in basically since it came out. Whereas this I've come back to like every 3 years or something. I'm going the freaking wrong way.
See? You're getting there.
Mm, I don't think I've ever, like outside of like my first time playing through the game, I don't think I've used the varmint rifle for any great length of time. So I want to, actually give it some time in the spotlight. And yeah,
Come on. There's so many. Holy moly.
okay. Yeah, no. It's a varmint rifle is a rifle used to take out varmints, so just little pests that
Now that
like
was some good work.
get in the way
Good.
around a ranch or such as that. In fact, I'm not sure, but I think 556 is actually a little bit big for that for a rifle that's supposed to be like exclusively for varmints. I'm not huge into real world guns, but I'm just it's fine. I could always just dump more points into sneak if I didn't tag it. Does it have a tilde? Oh yeah. Hmm. You might not be able to do it in game, but I wonder if you poke around in like your PC's actual settings, if you could rebind a tilde onto something else. It'd be a kind of janky way to do it, but it could maybe work. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. I've never been a fan of RGBs or LEDs, whatever you want to call them. Too distracting. Like if a moth or something flies in, you'll probably hear me comment on it like 18 different times because I'll see it out the corner of my eye and I'll just get distracted by it. So I can't have something like RGBs on my setup because it'll distract me anytime it decides it needs to show me a new color. That's the first time in a long time I haven't taken skilled. But you want Wild Wasteland, and fast shot's really good for bolt actions. I'm gonna need to get that ammo. Two. Okay, I did do sneak. An extra coin science, so I can go make those drugs. Really? I have never noticed that, even after years being on, well, years of my private, what you call it, account. Shoot, see speech or barter? Whatever, I need to get more ammo, so we're gonna put a little bit into barter. And rapid reload. Small mag size means we're gonna be doing that a lot. So might as well take time out of it. Johnny, 5 aces. One of the earlier Wild Wasteland checks you can find. And then here comes Barton Thorn. Actually, I'm gonna drink my weight in water. You know, I could have sworn this used to be a faster way of feeling than it actually is.
Let me see what you got.
Okay.
Hey, that's not bad, see?
And I no longer did the experience. Hey,
I'm done being nice. you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not gonna buy something, get out. Well, you've been causing quite a...
I was waiting for them to finish talking. I don't have the ammo to wanna. I don't have enough ammo to waste on killing him right this second. Okay.
Feeling thirsty? I can take... Feeling thirsty?
Fixed your radio. I'm done shoddy work. Nope. Thanks for the cash, sucker. Crap. Yeah, just sort of throwing things around. I need to get acquainted with what it takes to make 556. Okay. Powder, rifle powder, and small rifle primer. Okay, and any of the stuff I've got. Small pistol, small rifle primer. So yeah, we can break down the 5mm we've got. Obviously, we could break down the 556 we've already got, but no. Yeah, you could. But
Hey
I
there.
mean,
You must be the one
there's
Dr.
not
Mitchell was
really.
patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be
I
working out of
don't.
that office. I've got plenty of
I don't
supplies to
think there's
spare.
anyone that's
Even got some
essential
weapon
in
mods and special ammo.
this
Well
game.
worth.
The closest is Yes Man. Yes Man, so you don't get soft locked out of an ending, and even then, you can kill him. He just respawns the next time you load his cell.
Can do.
So you're 223, 556. Doesn't have ammo boxes for me, unfortunately. And I can't help myself whenever they sell something for free, so don't use pistol powder. And he doesn't have the expansions. So, yes, I have. Basically, all the NPCs are like that, and if you look at their tag skills, they're similarly garbage. Because they're not built for roleplay, they're built to actually be um, like characters in the world. Like, they're built to be NPCs, not to roleplay. Oh, let's actually take that back. Sell that because it weighs so much. I forgot to even actually equip any armor. Yeah, Yeah, I
Thought
mean,
you were in
Benny
business with me.
isn't smart to begin with, so that's another point to consider, yeah. Need to hotkey that. Also, I meant to check if he had any more,
You
because
looking
I
to
need
buy
to
some
fix this
supplies?
thing. He does not. Well, darn. Weapon repair kits it is. It's playing a bit.
Howdy, partner.
They're fitting into a caricature to, drum up sales and such. They're really playing into, I think it's 50s or the 60s persona. Okay. Never remember what you need to make your own repair kits.
Howdy, partner.
It's kind of like how then the Ultralux are like the snooty type, and then the what's it called? Gamora's the like sleaze ball gangster wannabes. I feel like I'm getting something for varmint rifles, but I can't remember what. I might try to make it out to Prim. Ring a ding ding. It doesn't really mean anything, it's just saying something to say something, basically. It's from like I think it would be found in music of the time they're supposed to be. Uh, right, I forgot to pick up the shovel. That's what it was. It might ring a ding ding might have been in like music of the time they're parodying, but yeah, I know. When when I played this on the 360, when I played this on the Xbox 360 ages ago, I should have had all the achievements, but like one or two of them glitched out on me and wouldn't ever proc, and I didn't want to, you know, go hunt down the one like kill Deathclaws with 22s all over again or whatever it was. Alright, also pick up some of the cigarette butts. And I did grab the snow globe, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah. I It's weird, but having played so the first Fallout I played was 3. And I've actually been wanting to stream it for a while, but I accidentally messed up my Steam copy of it by trying to mod it, and failing spectacularly at it and haven't taken the time to try and fix it. But I still like New Vegas more than I like 3. I think I still like 3 more than I like 4, but yeah, I like centaurs as an idea more than I like mutant hounds, even though mutant hounds are better enemies since centaurs are pathetic. They look creepy and that's all they've got going for them. Anyway, here's another Wild Wasteland thing. Indiana Jones in a refrigerator. Reference to a movie that doesn't exist. Or does it? It exists. I remember people joking around that there were only ever 3 Indiana Jones games. So, I think that's going back to the original, the first 2 Fallout games, and it's more like family traits, like genetic predispositions and things that you were born with, rather than things that develop. And they're basically perks, but they're perks that come with a downside. I will say that, assuming you're playing with all the DLCs, there is a chance to reassign your traits through one of the DLCs, but you only get one chance to do so. Also, I don't need shot glasses, so... Oh no, that's a shotgun, not a varmint rifle. Hmm. Really? 'Cause I could have sworn like the Ultimate Edition was like $20 at some point. But, just something to keep an eye out for. I mean, yeah, technically, like you're supposed to get a feel for the main game before you play the DLCs, but uh, in case you didn't know, once you hit the ending of New Vegas, there's nothing afterwards. You do not get to play in the. There is not a post-game world. It hits credits when you deal with the final encounter, and then you can reload an earlier save. There's nothing after the final encounter. Yeah, and that's the way 3 was before the DLCs too. The oh great. Yeah, yeah. Just refuse to do any quest. Just let go. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like I hate scorpions in real life. I've been stung by one and fucking made my foot go numb for like a week straight. Um, uh, but yeah, when I first played 3, I think I was like 12, and yeah,
Hey, we're the
the
outfit with your
rad
local.
scorpions gave me nightmares. Just about. I don't think they actually did, but Yeah, not good times. It's hundreds of years of, well, years of nuclear radiation and mutation does that to a bug. In 3, with the DLCs in it, there was actually yeah. I've never been huge on the kill everything approach to a lot of games. I don't know why it feels weird doing that. I don't mind stealing everything that's not nailed down, but it feels weird just killing everyone in sight. NCR, yeah. But as I was saying, in Fallout 3 with the DLCs, so there was your regular Rad Scorpion and the giant Rad Scorpion. The DLC added on albino Rad Scorpions, which were just a little bit bigger than the giants, but were significantly tougher, dealt a lot more damage, and were just this gross, like, pink-white color. Albino. Albino, or I think some people say albino, um, means that they lack melanin or some other, not compound, pigment that gives them color, makes it should make them actually really weak because the sun hates them at that point, but it made them super strong and annoying to deal with. Yeah, it's in real life it's really rare. But they actually became really, like, anytime you'd go somewhere that could have red scorpions at high enough levels, it would be um uh, the albino ones rather than anything else almost. But worse than them was another kind of feral ghoul which is in New Vegas, just feral ghouls are not very common in the first place. The feral ghoul reavers. Those suck to fight because they are bullet sponges and can kill you in like 2 hits, even in power armor. Still no mods. Yeah. If I had to guess, probably because they're armored still, and high level enemies, the way they deal with it is just, yeah, give them more health than God. Yeah. I would probably stock on stim packs.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Okay. Yeah, 44 Magnum's a solid gun. Depending on so most loot is kinda leveled. It's a decent weapon. It could carry you through like 80% of the game just about. Like you might run it Like, its biggest issue is just going to be finding ammo early on. Because it is a mid to late game weapon. And same with its ammo type. There is a unique version of the 44 Magnum if you haven't found it before. That's I might get it just to show it off. I need to remember where in the world it is. Variants of everything. Yep. Yep. I think it's somewhere along like this road here that you'll find the mysterious Magnum. Yeah. It's fun and it's a solid weapon. It's just I tend to start playing around too much with overlapping its jingle on top of itself and giving myself a headache doing that. Okay. Don't remember picking that up. Vault 34. Yeah, that's the one the boomers came out of, right? Yeah, because it's the one full of ghouls. And I don't know how much of the game outside of the vanilla game you know, but like, would you believe that the strongest enemy in the game is a bloatfly? If you did not know that already. Great gun in there, I just don't know how Picklock's good enough to get it. Right. Because the games aren't built around realism. They're barely built around the rule of cool. Hell, you could even argue they're barely built. they're only wearing suits to fit their little theme. And they're so tough because you're not supposed to. Well, you kind of are, but aren't supposed to fight them. It's hard to explain. So the lore behind the Death Claws is they are like so both the Cazadors and the Death Claws are actually not mutated; they're genetically engineered, just by two wildly different groups. Spoilers. Um, the Cazadors are based off of the real life animal, the tarantula hawk wasp, which, if you look it up there, you'll see what a tarantula hawk wasp looks like. Uh, and the real life version actually does also have a extremely painful sting. Not that they really mess with humans that much, but the they're also significantly smaller, like less than the size of your like they comfortably fit in the palm of your hand. And then death claws are, I want to say, mutated or forcibly mutated chameleons is where they started with. But then, you know, tons of over-engineering led to the giant death lizards that everyone knows and loves. Some people love a little too much, but I'm not going to judge them out loud. And then cazadors or cazadores, is technically a closer Spanish pronunciation. Um, but I don't speak Spanish. I speak English and Japanese. But I think so. Cazadors are unique to New Vegas, whereas Deathclaws are a series staple. And I think the lore for Deathclaws was mostly explored in the first two, which maybe one day I'll play, but I have yet to have the itch to play games that are even older than I am. But I think they were made by early Enclave scientists to create a bioweapon, basically. For what? Oh, good old Bethesda spaghetti code. Let's offload some more junk, since he's still got a little bit of money. Cazadors, since they're unique to New Vegas, actually have their lore explored in one of the DLCs. But, yeah.
Give me a shout if you need anything. Watch out!
Seriously, what's everyone so freaked out over?
That was...
Okay, I know my science is not nearly high enough to put the best sheriff in charge. Onward to Mojave Outpost for the free repair. really the fastest way to New Vegas, I've already circumvented. I went this way for ammo and some repairs. I was hoping to find the mods for my gun, but of course not. Yeah, I mean, you could beat. I've seen people beat this game with no weapon. Chance's knife is a good one. I'll probably that I can maybe do that someday, but today we're doing varmint rifle. Oh dang, that was still going. I thought I had more armor piercings. Uh, yeah, I think there are ways around it. It doesn't. I don't think they explain it too much in game, but your movement speed is affected by the armor you're wearing. Lighter it is, faster you move. And melee weapons, if you build around them, are actually some of the strongest builds in the game. And in vanilla New Vegas, I think out of all the melee weapons, Chance's knife actually had the highest DPS. But it got outclassed in the Lonesome Road DLC by, I want to say it's Bloodnap is the name of the unique weapon. Yep. I don't remember killing you, but yeah. The highest damaging melee weapon in the game is, like, in or out of DLC, is the unique Super Sledge. Oh baby, which is a lot of people's favorite for obvious reasons. It's one of the other cars. I think it and Bloodnap both swing. Like, if you max out on melee attack speed, they can technically attack faster than you can even flick. Well, a normal person should be able to flick. Also, did you know this about the really tiny mantises? You don't even need to attack them to kill them. You can just walk over them. It only works on these super tiny ones. And with how the game is coded, any what it counts as a kill for whatever weapon you've got equipped, even if you don't actually use the weapon. There's still one alive somewhere. Really about the attack speed or the mantises, because there's me killing a mantis with my foot. And like I said, you have to like purposefully be going for attack speed. Like 10 agility, there's a buff, there's a source, it's called Rushing Water from one of the DLCs that increases your attack speed by like 20%, I think. And I'm probably just exaggerating how much it actually gives you about how fast you attack. But, and then there's Slayer, which is a perk that just improves melee and unarmed attack speed by 30%, I think. And there's probably more perks and drugs you can abuse to attack even faster. I need to actually heal while I'm somewhere safe. They are pretty good. There's a quest tied to the Ultralux. You have to side with them, unfortunately. And it's like it has the single most like unique skill check lines. Any perks behind DLCs? Yes, there are. And I can even show off some of them because I know some of them. For starters, because each DLC also adds 5 levels to the level cap, so where you can only get to level 30, I can get to level 50. So if you're using a gun and you're in light armor, most melee enemies you can just sort of back up to get away from and kill. But if you're doing melee yourself, what you do instead is circle them. And most enemies won't be able to hit you while you're able to just lay into them. Sneering Imperialist is. That's with the Honest Hearts DLC. Oh, right. Like, there's Sneering Imperialist, Tribal, and how's it? Is it Tribal Wisdom? I think Tribal Wisdom is also behind Honest Hearts. It does. It's they're racist, but they're funny. Uh, Dead Money has a handful, including one of the like what is arguably the worst perk in all of Fallout. Like, actually, I don't think there's any arguing for it. It is the worst perk in all of Fallout. called In Shining Armor. It sounds like it'd be okay. It gives you extra defense against. It says it gives you extra defense against energy weapons while you're wearing metal armor or reflective sunglasses. But due to a bug, it actually does nothing. Because the game checks for the wrong type of damage. I think in the code it says it checks for energy weapons damage, whereas energy weapons use the energy weapon. Sorry, not energy weapon, just the energy damage type. So it's checking for something that doesn't exist. I mean, that too, energy weapons just aren't common, but it's protecting you from a
Who's
damage
facing the
type that
outpost?
literally does not exist. Oh no, it's actually they might have been. I don't know how good Obsidian's doing these days. $556 surplus. I did not need to buy them right out. Still no. Oh no, give me that back. Still no mods. Maybe. Well, no, so from what I understand, uh, while this uses Bethesda's, I don't remember what this is, Gamebryo engine, uh, outside of the engine, basically everything was done by uh, Obsidian, from what I remember. And technically, it's a typo in the code, and there are mods that fix it. Like the biggest one, I think, is I think it's like Sawyer's mod or Justin Sawyer's mod that just fixes it and a ton of issues throughout the game, including stability and otherwise. But considering I bricked my copy of Fallout 3, I'm not
Heard your
gonna try to mod at the moment. Not while I'm this dumb. Um, oh, that maybe. It was also one of the
Caravan
like
citizen
developers
pilgrim or
from New Vegas, and a lot of the mod is things that he wanted to have in but couldn't, or rebalances that he would have liked to do but again couldn't.
hello.
Where is the mustache? There he is.
looks like we got a new
And I wouldn't know about Leatherface. I'm not huge into slasher films. Yes. So, once you talked to Prim Slim and gotten him to realize that the gun's missing, it'll actually spawn in. It'll be in a house uh, up around here somewhere. Hmm. And then Vance's 9mm submachine gun is the unique version of the 9mm submachine gun. I don't think I've ever actually used it. I used to just collect the unique weapons to collect them, and so half of more than half the pile didn't. Yeah, you can keep it. Just don't ever talk to him. Don't ever talk to Prim Slim again. I don't remember how it stacks against a regular or sorry, a modded 9mm, but I also don't remember how good it is to begin with. I mean, you can avoid talking, like, you can still talk to him, just avoid bringing it up. Oh, thought that was all of them. Oh. Okay, and now we start heading towards Nipton. You sure can. I prefer being the cowboy that it wants you to be, but yeah. Being the 30s gangster works too. In fact, there's perks to be a cow. There's a perk to be a cowboy. The aptly named cowboy perk that gives you more damage with revolvers, lever guns, and a few other things. Okay. Okay. Dumbass blew up two of his friends. Okay.
Had enough? Come on.
And he didn't blow himself up, it was his friend next to him that decided, you know what this close quarters encounter needs? That's right, explosives. Did not mean to take the steady there, but okay. I'm gonna get jump scared by the level up screen here in a second. There you are.
Did you see that?
Speech isn't high enough. So if you want to get the unique submachine gun, you need, I think it's just science to repair it, to get him to realize it's been stolen. There it is. Like, it will not spawn in the world until after you've gotten him to realize that it's stolen. Uh, I think, like, it'll show you on the speech check how much it is, but you can Google it. I want to say it's around 50 or 75. It's where most of his checks are. Ground gun won't help. Probably do educated. But yeah, like, see, in Shining Armor, Old World Gourmet are both from Dead Money. This is also a misleading one. It's good on any explosives, not just thrown explosive weapons. What other ones got added through a DLC? Mad Bomber got added through one of them. It lets you make more explosives. Front and Cowboy, I think. Only 30. So yeah, you don't need very much at all. Yeah, Sneering Imperialists came from Honest Hearts. If you're doing a melee build, you may already know the ones you want to get, but you want to get, I think it's a level 12 perk. Where is it? Piercing Strike is one. But the real one you want to get is not Unstoppable Force. Where is it? Super Slam. It's called Super Slam. There it is. Super Slam. It is the most broken melee perk in the game. Good for melee or unarmed builds. Range build, then just find the ones that fit the guns you like. Lord Death. Lord Death is a challenge, and you just sort of get it. It's a tiny bit of extra damage just for killing a lot of things. Bloody Mess. Help. Or did you mean Grim Reaper Sprint? If you meant Grim Reaper Sprint. So yeah, Lord Death is just an extra 1% damage against anything. Not a lot. In fact, I think on weaker weapons it doesn't actually give enough of a boost to even add a single point, other than the rounding error it gives you. Yeah, it it's not bad. You're not gonna get detracted from it. Yeah, there are some cool high level perks, like this gives you uh just restalling, gives you automatic turbo a few times. Well, not automatic. You get a supply of turbo a few doses of turbo every day. Broad daylight doesn't really do anything, and it's a really high level for that too, so it's garbage. Not really good. Then there are the three capstone perks are all really good, just they require karma on top of their level requirement, which is weird because they're the only ones that do. That sounds good, but it's not. You're much better off getting Rad Child and just dealing with being irradiated the entire game. But I don't want to spend all day looking at perks. So we're going to go with Educated or extra points every level. Now, where's the lady? I'm not going for bottle caps. Why am I hunting for her? Who won the lottery?
What do you think you're doing?
You did. You got 2 bullets for the price of 1. Too late, he's already dead.
Don't worry.
Anyways, we'll kill them later. I haven't decided which faction I'm gonna side with, but it will probably not be the Legion. Everyone hates him because he's loud, and the first time you're playing through, he can kind of surprise you. Okay, gone long enough for ammo to respawn.
You check out the Nipton Town Hall.
Yeah, I've I've done Legion playthroughs the least. I think up until recently, well, no, I've always been a house for most of my playthroughs, especially the casual ones. And normally, by now, I've wiped out the powder
Appreciate the
gangers,
help.
other than
Wish I had more work
Vault
for you, but nothing
10
else on the radar
ones.
at the moment.
And thanks for the ammo and the gun I will not use.
Been doing a lot of good work out there.
Fix up my rifle, please. Yeah, Yes Man can be fun. It's the like failsafe and chaotic ending. It kind of
Alright.
exists so that you
Just
can't lock yourself out of an ending. Any more trade? Yeah, I didn't think you'd restock, but I can at least offload some more garbage, maybe. Okay. Now where? You know what? We've got enough. We've got enough ammo. I feel that. Most of the time I go with Mr. House because I think he's unironically the best hope for humanity. No, and considering how dumb I tend to play my character, I know I sure ain't. So, this is the wrong house.
That's close enough.
Okay. I mean, Yes Man's just doing whatever you tell him to. So he's only as smart as the guy that's actually pulling the strings. I still don't think it's been long enough for you to
You
restock,
looking to buy some
but
supplies?
yeah, luck is one of the most fun ways to play. Crit builds are fantastic, and yeah, there's not much else to say. Crit builds are fantastic, and being able to get most out of them as you can works wonders, and also then being able to rob each of the intelligence, yeah. If you haven't been to the New Vegas Medical Clinic, don't forget to go there. That's where you can get permanent stat boosts for money rather than a level. Like, there's one for each
Thanks.
of the specials, and then a couple of other perks that you can pay for and stuff. Why am I in danger? So yeah, extra special points, and I wanted to head here. What enemies? Who's mad at me? Oh, see, this one's too big to step on. You actually have to shoot them that size. The one they didn't program good is caution. Danger means there's an enemy nearby that knows where you are. Caution means enemy thinks someone is there and it's not programmed properly, so it'll constantly bug out and start flashing when there's actually not anybody nearby. Danger, for the most part, is accurate from what I remember. Free shovel. Okay. Um, oh, right, I was going to actually deal with the powder gangers now. Yeah, I guess a mantis locked onto me when I got too close to the school and then decided to make it my problem.
Hey there. Hi there. Sticking around.
Just like that. I'm sorry for skipping through the dialogue if
So
you're
you're
really
planning on
wanting it,
taking on
but I've played this game way too much to want
Well,
to listen to it some more.
Hello.
Explosive isn't high enough to bother with him.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Okay. I don't have any alcohol on me. New. Surely he's got a fear or something around here. Yep.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Goodbye. Nope. Sarsaparilla is basically root beer. No, it's a soft drink. Sarsaparilla is like I think there's some difference between uh, root beer and sarsaparilla, but I could not tell you what it is.
Welcome back.
Guess we're gonna get even more out of him, but nope. Sarsaparilla, yeah, it's a silent R. Not a lot of those in English.
So what's going on?
And
Time to look
so
alive.
you can also talk to Victor to get him to help out, but he doesn't actually help out. And it's not a bug. He's programmed to be like, yeah, when's the fighting gonna start? No, Victor, the fighting's already over. Because I guess Mr. House was able to take enough control and be like, no, you're staying out of this. My fancy tech doesn't need help in this little squabble. Oh, that one must have died already. Yeehaw. Oh no, I'm vilified by a group that doesn't have any influence outside of the literal tutorial island of the game. And I'm doing repair first because I can never remember the level you need for
I owe you a huge.
the level you need for jury rigging, and I don't want to get to it and not be able to get it. Jury rigging is easily one of the like top 3 perks in the game. Unless you're the one person on this planet to use a hollow rifle. I think it's actually like 14 or something. But the hollow rifle from one of the DLCs is the only weapon in the game to be in its own unique weapon category, and as such, nothing can ever fix nothing. It can't be fixed with anything, even with jury rigging. It is. It's unique, and there are no other weapons in its weapon category, so it can only be repaired by a merchant or weapon repair kits. And I say merchant, there's like all of one repairman in this game. And it's, was it Corporal Knight, or whatever his name is, at the Mojave Outpost. Granted, he's got a skill of 100, so he can fix everything to 100%, but only one in the game, I think. Maybe the DLC has some, but that was actually really good for a grave loot. Usually, but usually need to go a little bit more north. Big trouble is over there with the death claws. And I am going to not be going near them. Oh, it's a coyote pup. Could have sworn Sloan was around here. I can never remember where that is. Just use a doctor's bag. Let me stop picking up um, gecko meat. I always forget that it's got a strangely high level, strangely high skill requirement to cook it. Stick of dynamite. Oh. I mean, it might have also landed like right on a powder charge, but yeah, the powder gangers are not above friendly fire. And yeah, I blew past Sloan by a lot. Alright, we are reaching around the level where the Varmint rifle's peaking on its viability. See how it one-shot both those guys. Yes. As a great improvement over 3 that New Vegas has, is that unique weapons can, I think for the most part, be fixed with their common variant. Whereas in 3, unique weapons can only be fixed by merchants. And they were kind enough to program it that you can't fix the common version with the unique weapon, with the unique version. So you don't accidentally fix a regular combat knife with Chance's knife.
Had enough?
that is one thing that I like I miss from playing just casually instead of streaming it. Is I miss being able to have the radio on. I love I love the radio in this one. Granted, I don't think I've ever disliked any of the radios in the games, but I especially love this one. Hey Snuffles, I don't think my medicine's high enough to fix you. Nope, sorry. But it is, my repair is high enough to fix this. Then you go into here and collect your payment for it. 500-ish caps, just sitting out in the open where NPCs don't even go. And then what? You get a little bit of experience, and then Chomps gives you a pitiful reward. But really, people come here to steal the um, money I just took, and then there's also these 2 skill books. Granted, explosives isn't very good, but repairs. Whoops. No, you're not taking that back. I'm eating it.
You can't just take that.
I can, and I did. And that noise was this dinosaur toy screaming. Or these dinosaur toys screaming. They do that on occasion. Like, the reward you get from Chomps
Hold up.
isn't that good, but hey, free experience is free experience. It's, excuse me. It's such a low skill requirement that no, we don't deserve a unique weapon for it. Hidden Valley. Okay. Oh no, bark scorpions. Yeah, a hat or something like that would have been nice. But he just gives you a little bit of NCR cash and NCR fame, I think is all. I mean, any reward for basically just talking to a rat is honestly more than you deserve, but... Nope, mistimed it. Okay. Yeah. I am not one of the people that kills Snuffles. I think that's mostly Jabo. Oh dang. Bad poison. Anti-venom. Okay, I know Hidden Valley is covered in scorpions, but I don't ever think I've seen this many all at once. Hidden Valley, no, but its neighbor, uh, Black Mountain does, which coincidentally is where we're going. If I can fucking find it now. You know, I've never been here when the sandstorm turned on. Sorry, and unfortunately, the way we're going in is through Centaur country. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm going the wrong way. Yep. They are gross. I won't argue with you on that. They're also not really a threat. If I can remember how to get there. It's just through here. No, I need to be going out more through the side. Oh, it's a cactus. I thought it was a messed up scorpion. Well, I thought I'd be going to Black Mountain. It's a good thing I don't speedrun because I do not have a functioning brain for it. Yeah, that's about right. Mostly garbage. You can get their blood, which I think is used in like one or two crafting recipes, but that's about it. Other than that, they'll drop just random garbage. Let's switch over to hollows for this guy, since he came out first. Oops. Yeah, centaur blood, centaur blood, and centaur blood. Mo, the special centaur. What makes him special? He has a name. That's it. Yep. Tabitha talks about him on the radio, like mentions like best friend centaur Mo or something like that. But all that's really special about him is that he has a name. No, because there are legendary animals in this. There's a legendary Deathclaw, uh, Cazador. Let's see, there's the Deathclaw, Cazador, Fire Gecko, and Night Stalker in vanilla. I think it's implied that they died to the super mutants that are just around the corner, not their pets. And then what would be horrible? There it is. Not being a centaur yet. Come on. Just a little higher. Is it this wall or do I need to go climb? I need to go around there. Turning into one in FEV? Yeah. That is one part of the lore I never really understood is how centaurs just happen. Like, were they intentional or are they FEV failures? I can never remember. I'm sure it was explained in one of the early Fallouts, but yeah. They're not. They're just gross. I think they were they were implemented to be like watchdogs, basically. Okay, they're mutate human and they're a chimera. Gotcha. So easiest way to do the crazy, crazy, crazy quest is phase through that fence. Then you can steal the key and go fight Tabitha right off the bat. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna see if I can repair Rhonda. Ah, you need science. Well, guess I am killing Tabitha. Ugh. Yeah, from what little I know of the first two Fallouts, is they kind of like really doubled down on the body horror for the disgusting mutants. Okay, I might die here on account of trying to fight this at too low level. Yep. What else? And we are out of Psycho, unfortunately. Switch over to regular ammo. Hold, please. Keep trying to break her arm so that she'll drop the weapon, but okay, that's better. You've lost your hammer privileges.
This one's gonna hurt.
Who knows? Like all of, like a lot of this generation of super mutant, even though she's a nightkin, not a super mutant. Well, the nightkin especially, uh, very mentally unstable. That's not real hair. She cannot grow hair. I don't care about fixing Snuffles. Hair is high enough. Level 6. Oh yeah, here's another DLC perk. Junk rounds, also terrible. Because it's like 5 scrap metal and 1 tin can, not a bent tin can, a regular tin can, to make a single round. So we're not using a shotgun. Hand loader. Sure. Oh, that's why she dropped it. I broke it. The sniper with the unique missile launcher. And we're just gonna get some more treats while we're here. If I had been smart enough to actually level up my science, I could have just repaired Rhonda and not have to worry about fighting my way out of here or running out of here. But it's a little late for that, and I'm not gonna go hunt every little piece of loot down from this place. I'll take some of it. I'll probably actually end up dropping it now that I think about it, because it's completely broken, so it's worthless. And I'm at too low a level for enemies to be spawning with super sledges to repair it. And I'm at too low a level to have Jury Rigger. Alright. Let's heal up before we head back out there. Alright. That gives us the powder we need. And I don't need the actual ammo. Actual ammo, so match and let's make all our ammo at the end when we're done breaking things down. Shot shell, pistol. But yeah, I did take her hammer. It's right here. Stole it off her after, in the middle of our fight. And that's why she started punching me instead of using the hammer, so she stopped doing damage to me. I'm only tearing things off because I remembered that there's supposed to be my ammo type in here. So might as well check real quick before I take off, since we were waiting on slow healing before we run out. So I know you meant read, but because you forgot the R there, I quickly read it as eat, the Fallout Wiki. I was like, alright, doesn't sound too appetizing to me, but... Yep, taking all of that, so none of your friends play with your toys. Hmm. Yeah, I think... But yeah, I think Mo gets mentioned in one of Tabitha's radio lines, and then exists, and that's the extent of everything that makes him unique. Oh no, radiation poisoning. How awful. Yeah, it's called Black Mountain Radio. It doesn't have a huge range, and it's mostly just her insane ramblings. But she did have a radio station. What else do I need to work on? Sneak. I think I might actually be able to, like, you won't, yeah, Black Mountain Radio. He'll respond. That's nice. But it's not making noise, not because Tabitha's dead. It's not making noise because I have radio volume turned all the way off so that YouTube doesn't eat the VOD of this. Hand myself a mouse. Trying to grab my drink. What's that? A game. No, sorry. Continue. You guys are a long way from home. Maybe. I still don't get why fiends have access to energy weapons. Yeah. Ugh. I can't not make that joke anytime I say the word theory. I mean, technically they didn't find it. They bought it off cons. But I don't understand why they have energy weapons. Like, because they're easier to fight than the Brotherhood, they're probably going to be the faction you encounter the most that actually uses, like, laser and plasma. Also, something crazy is going on over here. Private Food Pile, how you doing? Sure. I do like a lot of the lore from this franchise. Although there's one thing I do not like, and I think it could have been actually really cool if they'd done it a different way, and that's the T60 power armor. Because up until Fallout 4, it didn't exist, and T51B was supposed to be like the last and best piece of power armor that existed in the world until post-war we had started getting the advanced power armors, the X1 was technically in development pre-war, but not being used. Parapellets from Sense Scout. Yep. Oh, you're just yeah, the chumps in the hole we found earlier. Anyways, back to the T60. I think it would have been a better. I would have liked the T60 power armor a lot better if it was not a pre-war power armor, but instead something that the Brotherhood of Steel had made. Like, instead of them just continually just being the scavengers that happen to find the coolest shit, like they actually started developing their own stuff. And I think T60 would be a great example of that. It's like no one except for technically Raiders has actually made no one except for technically Raiders and the Enclave have actually made post-war power armor. And you'd think that the well, yeah, I thought so. But the T60 would have been so cool to just have it be a Brotherhood power armor instead of just regular power armor. Hey, how's it going? Alright, Gunrunners, please have my mods.
Welcome, sir. Or
No, you got me for ammo, but pet favorite, yeah, that sounds right. Pet favorite Centaur Mo. And the scope's better than nothing, I guess. And then we need small rifle primers and rifle powder. Well, while we're here, we're gonna upgrade armor too. Yeah, 27 viewers. I'm still not convinced every single viewer that's on here is, you know, a living, breathing person. I bet several, if not most of them, are bots. Hmm. Oh, right. Any other garbage I can get rid of? I guess if we're switching over to that combat armor, we can get rid of our leather. I don't like spending money in these games. I like just bartering for everything. All right. What am I so low on? Oh, lead. I am out of lead. Surely there's some scrap metal somewhere. Oh well. Bomber helmet and hotkey the armor. Take it off to run and put it back on to not die. Oh, almost forgot I got the scope. I wish you could take mods back off of the weapons. I mean, granted, the only ones I'd really ever want to do that with are scopes, basically. But still, it would have been nice.
Hey there. Need anything?
Maybe. Let's see what you got. More of my ammo. Even more of my ammo. And that's it. Excellent. Fun fact
Hey.
about the medical clinic, you can actually get a discount on the intelligence implant if you have really low intelligence.
Welcome to the New Vegas Medical.
I mean, you'd have to intentionally be playing, like, I think it's sub 3 intelligence, which is an awful way to play, but hey, a discount is a discount. Hi, Gary. We got Gary and SpongeBob in here. We can go talk to, what's his bucket? Ringo. Talk to Mr.
Hey
Apple
there.
himself. And then get paid for that. Do you have other... Do you have my mods? Of course not. Don't even have the ammo box I want. I think I'm just about set on ammo for the time being. Possibly the rest of the game. Now I could break down the regular ammo and make it all into match rounds, but too much work. Just need to find a couple pieces of scrap metal and then make that into lead and I can make some more. Are we already to the point where the varmint rifle doesn't like to do damage? Full guard is...
How's it going?
Oh, okay. I know what you mean. The little Wild Wasteland Deathclaw. It's like just as strong as an alpha, if I remember correctly. Yoink.
Morning.
I don't have the stats to be able to do her work for her. My luck is okay. Speech isn't nearly good enough to be able to get into the good stuff with Mick and Ralph. But I can still check if he's got my stuff, my weapon mods. So there should still be silencer and extended mags.
Hey,
Welcome to Mick and Ralph's.
Oh, I guess he can also fix things. And of course you don't. No. Don't mind me.
We've got competitive prices and a good inventory.
It's a shame reloading benches are as uncommon as they are. I could just fast travel back to where was it? Gunrunners, and use the one there. Okay, break down scrap metal to lead. And make more match loads. Thank you for the Bible quote. Now what are we missing? Lead again. Alright, let's get on to the strip. And since I just dropped all my money on making my brain bigger, I can't go in the way I normally go, so we're going with the technically faster way. It's just over here. Hey fellas, nice weather we're having today, huh? Uh, no clue. If I had to guess, bot. But
I
no
bet it
clue.
feels real nice to... Mr. House still doesn't trust the NCO. Miss your friend. Okay.
Okay, don't know why you talk to me, nameless trooper. But
Howdy, partner.
hi, Victor. Sorry, not Victor. Securitron Mark 1.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like a fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head?
And here's the part of the VOD that gets sacrificed to YouTube.
I bought my wife a little car here in New Vegas.
They just happen,
Well, howdy, partner.
regardless of what anyone wants. They just show up unannounced and
Please enjoy the casino.
Sure, later.
offer nothing. Okay. And now to get lost in Vault 21. I can't pick locks. I have no reason to go in there. I was gonna go get the snow globe from in there, but I can't actually get to it. Let's see. speech is too low to get weapons from, be able to keep weapons in the tops. So I guess we are going to house now. Take a sip. Hey, there's a fun drinking game. Play Fallout New Vegas, and every time your character takes a sip from the trusty Vault 13 canteen, take a drink yourself. Uh, it's what I was guessing that someone who basically put a Bible quote in the chat was, because it was completely out of the blue. So, yeah, we were debating on. Then he asked if Y had bots, and basically it's just because it exists. Okay, still haven't decided who I should side with. Right.
Congratulations, partner.
You have to talk to Victor to actually use the elevator. Yeah. He was just confused by it, is all. Anything else while I'm here? Well, I am pretty banged up, so let's go take a little 2-second nap. That's the bathroom. That's a bed.
Where to, partner?
Casino.
Casino floor.
Yeah. Up to you, man. You might confuse yourself if you're starting to hear double of the game, but you do you, man. Ooh. Computer not like this section. Thank you.
Hey, you there. I have a message for you.
Someone's coming out of the 38.
Continuing patrol.
You do that.
Wow.
Your patrol is just
That's
standing in
crazy.
place.
Sure, later.
Okay. Before I go into the tops and make a mess, I want to see something. Oh, yeah. Okay. First time doing this, so hold, please. First time making a poll in chat. Who should we side with? Oh, wow, that covers a lot of the chat window. Oh, speak up. Okay. You're over the game. Alright, hold on. Gonna start off by not gameplay, audio. Take this down a couple of ticks. I'll try to talk up a little bit. I just know I've got family a couple rooms down that I don't want to wake up since it's 11 o'clock at night. But as for why I wasn't here the last few days, I was sick and didn't feel like doing much of anything and would have sounded awful on stream. So I I just forgot to,
Fella, welcome to the
you
Tops
know,
Hotel and Casino.
say anything about
I'm
it.
gonna have to ask you to hand over any.
Feeling pretty good now. And my one actual weapon is never a holdout. Imagine being
Here's
able
the
to
high
sneak a
roller.
rifle in.
Hey there, pal. Welcome to the Tops. And what can I do for you today?
Uh, Evans Bank tried to kill me, stole a chip from me. Found these cigarette butts by the grave. Yep, that's
I'll
it.
tell you what I think. I think I ought to go tell Benny about this right. That's all I'm gonna do though, unless you.
Alright.
Yeah.
The game? Is it still muted? I tabbed out for a second to make the poll, and then it muted once it mutes anytime you tab out. It should be back. I mean, I can't really check because I'd have to. Okay, yeah, it looks like it shouldn't be muted, but that's one thing I noticed with New Vegas is that
Hey, there's the high
it wants
roller.
to be the one being focused on. I could dump points into speech to get Benny and be able to shoot him, but no, we're gonna dump points like that. YouTube mutes when he plays the game? I don't know. I'd like to take Bloody Mess, but YouTube will eat the bot if I do. Don't really need to take Commando. Quick Draw is not any good. Scrounger sounds cooler than it is. Might just take Toughness. Or what do we have that's coming up? Ooh, Rad Child. I need to put some points into survival for. You get that a lot earlier than I remember. Yeah, let's start actually putting points into survival so we can work up to Rad Child. Ooh, Finesse will be nice, but that's just at level 10 regardless. Yep, I can't think of anything that I want right now, so we'll just go Toughness. Not dying is fun. Aren't you gonna? Oh, I thought you were the furry. Alright. don't have the speech to convince Swank to let me have my gun back. Oh yeah, one of my favorite parts of New Vegas, going in somewhere that takes away your weapons and having to rebind your hotkeys. Huh. Never had it happen the other way around. Normally that's supposed to play when you first go in, not when you first come out.
You look new to free shot.
I also just came back the other way, so I don't think I have anything to worry about, dude. Goodbye, VOD. It was nice having you here. Where was I going? Right, Boulder. Man, those are some loud speakers if I can hear it all the way out here. Alright, another thing that I was just reminded of. Nope, not. No clip. I can't remember the command. PCB. Okay, that's what it was. PCB. Yeah, sorry. I had tapped out again. Is it just not PCB or is it just PCB? Whatever. That's supposed to help the game not shit itself. Is one of the reasons that one of several reasons that New Vegas likes crashing so much is that it'll hold on to buffered cells for too long, and the PCB command is supposed to clear those cells out so that it has less to hold on to. And just doing that every so often should help stabilize it. But I don't know if I was entering it right. There are better ways to get it to stabilize, mostly mods, but for my purposes, just clearing the cell buffer should work. You didn't accidentally pause the stream, did you? Gonna head down to Boulder to get the other piece of evidence, which I think gives you enough to snoop around Benny's room. Or I could go over to Novak and break into Vargas Manny's room and borrow his journal or whatever his piece of evidence is. Right? It's never just one big winner. You know, I forgot they can knock you down. Also, I forgot to put on my armor. And I deserve to die for that. That's why I don't usually do the hotkeyed armor. I think boulders somewhere around like here. Hold on a sec. Gonna be just tapping out for a second to make sure OBS hasn't shit itself. Okay. We're good. And there's my marker.
Hello.
Eh. You know, it's weird not having the Legion be hostile this early. Truth be told, I usually kill Bullfizz when you first meet him. Granted, it does get annoying having the Legion sending assassins after you for the rest of the game, but I don't know, I just like killing them. Nope, science too gone to be able to get information from it. This is grubbing cult. Yep. Then is that the 188 trading post? No, it's a different overpass. It's that. Followers outpost. It's bigger on the inside than it is the outside. Because they sort of just copied and pasted the interior of a different building, and I'm going the wrong fucking way. Well, let's at least mark Camp Golf, I guess. No reason to do so, but just like there's no reason to pick up those bottles. Oh, sorry, Lake Las Vegas, not Camp Golf. Camp Golf is the other side of the lake. Oh. OBS is getting angry.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
He said the line. And since I don't feel like getting well, I'm gonna be getting the platinum chip off of Benny, so I guess I don't need to get the password from here, but some people don't know about it. So in order to get into Mr. House's chambers, the easiest way is just to have the platinum chip. You use it to get through his locked doors. But you can also hack the terminal, which I'm not going to be dumping 70 points into science to do. Or you can get a copy of the password for his terminal, for the terminal, either at Camp Golf or at H&H Tools factory. Why those two places? Well, H&H Tools belonged to House's brother pre-war, and I think it was supposed to belong to House too, but his brother was A, a nutcase, and B, insanely jealous over his more successful brother, and wouldn't let him in, wouldn't let him take it over. And then for Camp Golf, I think the resort that it was pre-war Mr. House liked or something like that. And he accidentally left a key there. You know, I always thought it was funny how mole rats felt really common in 3, and there's hardly anywhere with decent mole rat populations in this, despite actually being able to cook their meat. I don't know why I took the banana yucca fruit. Sometimes I just grab things because they're there. It's a real problem. Oh, there you are. There's some train yard. I don't think there's really anything special here, so I'm gonna keep going. There is something special here. Death claws. And I did not ever intend to fight death claws on this character. Six death claws. Granted, they're all blind, but still. I did not intend to fight any. Oh, you were not supposed to be able to reach me. How did you even reach me? You know, hopefully I have enough ammo and gun condition to get out of here. Oops, that's the wrong one. Just in case, let's put armor on. That one's stuck in the ground, on top of being blind. It's the one that likes to stand under the arm. There's the one hiding behind the house. And then the one that the two that like going up on that hill. But they're all just hiding right now. Take a sip. Oh great, even more. I think my best bet would actually be using one of those stealth boys I picked up and trying to get the hell out of here. Possibly both the stealth boys I picked up. Actually, better idea. Now that that's forced them to lose track of me. Oh, right. Can't fast travel, enemies are nearby. I don't know why I was thinking it was just, oh, you can't be in combat. It's, you can't have enemies near you. Oh, been spotted. Okay. Do I have turbo? Nope, of course not. Medics will help though. Okay. Yeah, about how I saw that going. And how it should have gone shortly after I got there. Alright. Noted not to go that way. Although, I would like to get the platinum chip tonight. That would probably be the last thing we do, since it's almost, it's like half an hour to midnight, and that's when I usually try to stop. Oh, that cactus looked weird from the angle I approached. It looked kind of like the top of someone's head. I just went right back to the same fucking place, didn't I? Deserted shack. Gunpowder. Radio. Not much else. You know, I'm surprised I haven't seen Malcolm Holmes yet. And I'm also surprised that mentioning that didn't just manifest him. How's it going?
Is there some reason I should be...
Got you, gets his pick. It doesn't include the mods for my gun. Silencer, that's the one I most wanted, so I'll take it.
Pleasure doing business with you.
See you later. Wait, what? Oops. Now all we need to do is eventually track down the extended mags for it. Not super important, but still reloading every 8 shots instead of every 5 would be nice. Where is Boulder? I think it's down. Let's see here. I think that's Nipton. Not Nipton, Novak. Yeah, because that's Novak, that's Repcon, or that's Repcon maybe, I don't know. So I think Boulder's down here more. So I'm on the wrong road. I think. God, it would be nice to have a sense of direction. I was going the wrong way, for my estimate.
You a merc? Hell, it means my seed.
Dude, you have the extendo mags? Of course not. I'll take some more 20. 223. I mean, I said before, I'm probably set on ammo for probably like good next half of the run, but I like hoarding ammo. That's not true. I like hoarding just about everything in game. It's a problem. You know, I'd even take Johnny Guitar. It beats just the ambient music. Yep, Boulder City. No, I'm not gonna do it. Only because I don't think I could talk him down because I drained charisma and haven't put a single point into speech. So I've got like 9.
We've got a situation with some great
What's going on? They have some of mine. Not really, but no, no. Me talk good.
What the hell?
I'm a ghost here to haunt you.
All right, quit
Ooh.
fucking around.
Where's the chip? Let's talk about settling on. Want to hear other
They tried to
suggestions? Any chance of willing to surrender? Nope. See ya. The Kings. Yeah. That's one group I've never really felt right about killing. Like, yeah, they're fun, they're goofy, they're funny, but all they are is a bunch of guys trying to protect their neighborhood. As
How are the negotiations with the Great Khans
Elvises.
going?
How much money would it take for you to look the other way while the Great Khan's left?
You mean just
Look at this way, nobody dies.
500 caps would go along?
Fun.
This doesn't feel quite right.
'Cause I don't have high enough anything else to get them out of here. I think rep or speech would have worked, and barter could have gotten that price down, but oh well. Just up.
Getting real tired. And we are out of here.
Betting slider. Only other piece of evidence I could get. Guess I could try making it down to Novak and just robbing Manny. So yeah, we'll do that. Oh right, we're still in a cell.
Hello?
Where do you find Benny? He ran to the fort. He just ran to Caesar. To get to the fort, you can only get in through Cottonwood Cove, which is like down here. But like, but basically every main quest will point you there sooner or later. And sorry I can't speak up too much more. Like I said, I've got family sleeping in the other room, so don't want to wake them up. Scorpion. We'll stop by to mark Helios. Or we can just mark this, it's close enough. El Dorado gas and service. Oh.
Come on!
Okay, I'm not wearing armor. Not good. I prefer most of my playthroughs. I prefer using light armor over medium or heavy in this game, at least. But the Mark II reinforced combat armor is hard to beat at this point of the game. Oh, another mole rat. So here's it. Boone is Boone at night? Yes, Boone's at night. Then Manny's during the day. So Manny's in his apartment, bungalow, whatever you want to call it now. Which means stealing from him would be a little bit difficult. And I only remember that Manny is knight because that's when you do his little quest, which I might actually do. I like getting the beret. 3% crit chat. 3% crit. More crit, more good. But I also don't have the lock picking to get in there. Okay. So it's on him, unfortunately. Really? This stuff isn't marked as owned? Weird. In that case, can you just go into his thing? Hmm. Cool. And just to be safe. Thanks. Okay, and now we go back to the strip. Got all the evidence you can get, which again are the cigarette butts from By Your Grave, Benny's lighter from Boulder City, and then something to do with Manny Vargas. Combine that with actual speak combine that with actual speech checks, which I'm feeling a lot of IRL ones right now. Then you can get him to you can get Swank to let you carry your guns in there,
Hey, fella.
and also uh, send Benny alone up to his room.
Hey, there's the high roller.
I haven't
Little
played
birdies tell
anything.
me you've been to visit.
If you like it, Benny's making his own play. More evidence to try to kill me. House ladder in Boulder City, dropped it when he killed his
Yeah,
partners.
that looks like Benny's lighter.
Let's look at this note found in Novak.
That's
Pretty shady. That's it. What do you think?
Jesus, kid. I think we got a real problem on our hands. Can't believe Benny's a no good stinking punk trying to play house like that. Tell you what, I'll call Benny,
Just a
keep
second.
him away from his suite. You go search the place. Here's the key. It's on the 13th floor. It's a room with a double door.
That's funny.
Can't miss it. Maybe you'll find something we can show to Mr. House and get him arrested.
Not that an American hotel would have a 13th floor. It would skip it and go straight to 14. Superstitious that way. Wonder which one could be Benny's. Yeah, get up here, all sneaky like I am, running around in my combat armor. Hi, yes man.
Hi there. Good.
What are you doing up here? Yep. See Benny. Yep. Yes man was programmed to answer any questions because Benny didn't think that anyone else would ask him questions. Which, I mean, to be fair, it's in a secret back room that not even Mr. House knows about. So, really, the only two people that know Yes Man exists are Benny
I thought Benny was a stay-at-home dad.
and the
Hard to believe he was aware all along.
followers doctor that helped him program it.
You back? Find anything?
Reprogram just occurred, Tron.
He's
Yep.
what? Take him out. And don't worry about the rest. Go on then.
He's over there. Nope. I guess he just teleports up to his suite after you talk to Swank. It's been a while since I've done things this way. And now from actual stealth, take the armor back off. Go and knew I should have switched to hollow points. Or at least for something better than just regular rounds. Nothing level. Keep dumping into survival for Rad Child.
I thought Benny was a stand-up guy. Hard to believe he was a rat all along. Is Benny taken care of yet?
Yeah, he's dead.
Huh. Guess that makes me the boss. Ring a ding.
Yep. Good job. Anyways. Oh, there's the furry. Go away.
The eyes of the mighty Kaiser. The mighty Kaiser.
Render to Kaiser. What is Kaisers? Or something like that. I don't speak Latin.
I love these robots with their friendly little policeman faces. Sure, they still rough you up, but they look so happy. My hotel.
What time is it? 10 to midnight. Well, as much as I'd love to just keep going
Be
until
advised, the Lucky
I
30
drop
is now
dead,
open to the general public. Trespassers will be shot. Thank you.
I think I'm gonna actually call it here for tonight. I had mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but it bears repeating. I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow, unfortunately. I know one stream back after being sick kind of sucks, so I'll try to do a Saturday stream. So thanks for coming by. It's good talking with you, and it feels good to play this again. I can probably knock out the rest of the run in the next stream I do of this, because if you basically just shotgun the story, it's not a very long game, and using literally a level 1 weapon, I don't want to do a lot of side quests and get my level up nice and high so that everything can just laugh as I poke at them, basically. Anyways, thanks for coming by, and I'll see y'all later. Take it easy. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, since you're new, when I don't always stream New Vegas. I just was feeling like playing New Vegas. I usually stream Sunday through Friday, around 8 or 9 on Arizona time until about midnight. Uh, this last week I've been pretty sick, so I couldn't do a lot of streaming, but I'm feeling good enough now. So yeah, now for reals. Thanks for coming by, and see you when I see you.